My classmates ruined the spring break trip. When I was a sophomore in college, I was dating a guy from South America who came from money. He and his brother had already booked one of those classic spring break packages to South Padre Island with their friends. The only problem? There weren't any seats left on the bus. My roommate came to the rescue, sort of. She said her boyfriend and some fraternity brothers were driving down in a pickup truck. They had one extra seat, and apparently I was welcome. I didn't know these guys at all, barely even her boyfriend, but I figured it was better than staying behind. So I climbed into a truck with four dudes I barely knew, hoping for the best. The drive was interesting. I sat up front most of the time, even took a shift driving. Three of the guys were decent enough, funny, chatty, respectful. But the owner of the truck? A complete jerk. He refused to drive, lounged in the back the whole way, and got stoned constantly. His frat nickname, I later learned, was literally drugs. Not exactly comforting. All of our luggage was piled in the bed of the truck. I didn't think much of it until later. When we finally pulled up to the island, my boyfriend was waiting. I thanked the guys, even handed drugs a crisp $100 bill for gas, wished them a fun week, and left with my boyfriend. That night, while getting ready to go out, I realized my nightmare. Every dollar of cash I'd brought, $300, was gone. Someone had rifled through my suitcase during the trip. I knew instantly who it was. The other guys had been friendly. Only one person had been sketchy the entire time. I broke down in tears. My boyfriend was sweet, said he'd cover my expenses, but he and his brother were livid. Fast forward almost a week later. We were at a bar when I spotted the truck pulling in. My heart sank. I was shaking, terrified they'd confront me. My boyfriend leaned close and said, "Don't worry, we'll leave." But first, he asked me casually which truck was theirs. I pointed it out. He nodded and slipped outside with his brother. 10 minutes later, they came back, grabbed me, and we left. No explanation, just a grin on my boyfriend's face. We finished the week having the time of our lives, and when it was time to leave, he surprised me again. Instead of a long bus ride, he bought us 2 plane tickets out of Brownsville. Sitting at the airport waiting to board, he finally spilled. "That guy's screwed," he said, almost too casually. I blinked. "What do you mean?" He smirked. "We filled their gas tank with sand." I didn't know whether to laugh or panic. It felt extreme, but it was also a kind of poetic justice. No phones back then, no way to check, so I just tucked it away in my head. 2 days later, my roommate brought it up. "Have you seen the guys?" she asked. I played dumb, said I might have glimpsed them once. She sighed and told me their truck had broken down barely an hour out of town. The whole engine seized. They were stranded for 2 extra days, had to flush the lines, replace the pump, and, worst of all, replace the entire engine. Apparently, Drug's dad was furious. Not only did he make him pay for the repairs, but he also revoked his truck privileges. I just smiled to myself. Karma doesn't always come quick, but sometimes it comes with a gas tank full of sand.